you find that that's obviously different councils have different sort of local plans and different ideas about what they do in terms of how they approve planning and what they want happening in their borough, so to speak. Do you find that differs depending on around the country, or is it a general issue that's prevalent everywhere?
There are some boroughs, and we've done applications in many different boroughs over the years. There are some boroughs that are very efficient, and certainly in my experience, most planning officers are very professional. However, the reality is that, you know, if you look at an SME small site, say you're trying to bring forward 20 new homes in a 3/4 of a hectare site, in an urban regeneration site, that would require typically 20 to 25 separate specialist reports that would cost between £50,000 to £60,000 with no certainty of planning approval because of the discretionary nature of the process. This is largely the same reporting requirements as would be for a 1,000-home major developer scheme on the Greenbelt, and seems disproportionate to the type of project and the economic benefits. You know, I think we can all agree that, you know, generally regenerating existing buildings is, in the broadest sense, relatively more environmentally friendly than a new build scheme on the Greenbelt.
Yeah. Okay.
Things like the transport infrastructure, other infrastructure are already in place. And the embedded carbon repositioning, which is not necessarily well metriced in a lot of the ESG reporting, is quite logically often already, you know, if you're repurposing or repositioning a building already in situ. By legislative accident, if I can say that, conflicting environmental and biodiversity criteria often and NIMBY objectors see no direct benefit in their agenda in helping expedite planning decisions. For example, the recent debacle about nutrient neutrality has blocked over 150,000 homes for quite some time in terms of coming forward. And that's a very good example where environmental policy has trumped the fact that we have a housing crisis through unintended consequence. Why should it be that new homes should be carrying 100% of the burden of meeting nutrient neutrality costs when actually new homes will be responsible for about 2% of the problem?